Hello everybody, in this video I want to talk about the USC-Nevada game, give my preview and predictions. So jumping right into it, Nevada, they're a Mountain West team just like San Jose State, so I'm going to do a little bit of comparison between the two teams, just again because they're in the same conference and USC played San Jose State already, so there you go. So looking at Nevada, they finished 2-10 last year. San Jose State finished 7-5. San Jose State returned a veteran quarterback, a sixth-year senior, Chevan Cordero, who I think has a career in the NFL. After this season, Nevada is starting a quarterback that has, I guess, never started a game, has no experience. He's a transfer from Colorado. I think he's a sophomore or junior. But, he's a mobile quarterback. We'll talk a little bit more about him later in this video. When you look at the offensive line, San Jose State had a much more veteran line, much more experienced compared to Nevada's, which has much fewer collective starts, less experience. When you look at even just on the defensive side of the ball, it looks like to me that San Jose State would have more talent. I don't see anything on Nevada's defensive roster that really stands out to me. And then when you look at, in terms of offense, last year, Nevada was one of the worst statistically. San Jose State, they were not the worst. They were probably slightly on the better side, in college football. Definitely, I'd say, one of the better ones in the Mountain West in the group of five. Chevan Cordero was predicted to be the Mountain West Player of the Year, and again, Nevada just has a quarterback that we haven't really seen much of. So looking at that, it's easy to say, well, this should be a much easier game for USC. Probably will be, but at the same time, I can't say that I am fully confident at least on USC's defense, the defensive side of the ball, that they will do enough to either quote impress or just kind of meet whatever expectations that people would otherwise have for them in the second year. Now, when I give this kind of criticism, it has nothing to do with the individual players on the defense, and including transfers. We got a lot of good talent like Bear Alexander, Mason Cobb, Anthony Lucas, Jack Sullivan, Keon Bars, Christian Roland Wallace, and then just collectively, got Tackett Curtis and Eric Gentry and a lot of the rest of the secondary. So I think individually there's talent. It's just a matter of how they're utilized. That's really the question. So, and when I look at San Jose State, at least on the offensive side of the ball, they again, Brendan Lewis is a mobile quarterback, and I feel like he's probably going to make a lot of plays with his feet, and that's probably what Nevada is going to prepare for. They also have two running backs who from the transfer portal, Sean Dollars from Oregon, and another guy from Cal. I forgot his name, but I think those two guys could certainly elevate Nevada's running game. Maybe I'd say maybe talent-wise could be something similar to San Jose State. So, and I know that, again, San Jose State is better than Nevada, but, USC defensively just hasn't done enough to convince me that that something is going to be notably different for this week. It's just until proven otherwise. So I feel like there's going to be moments where this new quarterback, Brendan Lewis, is going to make plays that, and make plays that make him look better than he is. I think there's going to complete maybe a few passes that, again, make them look better than they are and make them feel better than they should. I just feel like that's going to happen. It doesn't mean I don't think they're not going to win the game, but I just think they're going to have those moments that make themselves look a little better than they should, and we're going to have those some questions, maybe still at the end of this game. So, And again, I know I have been critical. This is more constructive criticism. It's not, let's say destructive like it is for, let's say, other college football fans out there who watch these games just to see Lincoln Riley or USC or Alex Grinch lose just because they don't like them. They don't actually want to see this defense or this team improve. They're just criticizing for criticism's sake. It's just what it is. Now, that being said, the defense still has to, get things worked out. And I'm not, like I said before, I'm not one to sing praises of Alex Grinch. But this is really going to be the year that he's got to get this defense performing. And, if we want to see them make it to the postseason or to the playoffs, there's going to have to be some improvement. And what's really interesting is when I look at USC's schedule now, it's almost, I could say, a little bit more of a quote blessing in disguise, because in preseason, you think, well, look how like all these, like, at least the presumed really tough games are at the end of the schedule. You got Utah, Notre Dame, and Oregon, Washington, UCLA, all of them right at the end, and all back, pretty much all back to back. And you think, well, like it can be really tough in that last half, and that, that's still true. But the bright side of that is that if USC is still struggling right now and trying to figure things out, the teams that they're playing against, this is the time to figure it out against San Jose State, against Nevada, Stanford, or then you got to get road games at Arizona State and Colorado, and then against Arizona. Not to say that just from looking at these things now, I'm not saying that those are going to be all quote super easy wins by any means, but it does provide a little bit more time to kind of figure things out before you instead of playing Oregon or Washington or Notre Dame in the third or fourth game of the year. So that's something to think about, But again, like I said, I know I've been critical defensively, but offensively, this is where it's much more exciting. We saw what we saw last week. We saw some amazing plays from Caleb Williams after dropped a snap and made a 70-yard touchdown pass. Seeing Zachariah Branch emerge, that's incredible. He's a star. The only thing is that it's just a matter of keeping all these guys happy and getting them out on the field, because just, again, I know it was just San Jose State, but we saw what this team could do last year offensively, and seeing that they can only get better. I think this offensive line, I know they're breaking in some new starters. It's just a matter of time for them to gel. I'm more confident that they'll figure it out than on the defensive side of the ball with Alex Grinch. So, but with the offensive line, they get better. Caleb Williams is going to do a great job. And, again, in a game with Nevada, I think USC is going to get off to a much stronger start. I think they're going to put up some more points early. And I'm hoping to at least see Caleb Williams resting on the bench sometime in the third quarter, get Miller Moss in there, maybe Malachi Nelson at the end. I want to see Miller Moss get a touchdown pass. I don't want to see him or Malachi just handing the ball off. I want to see them get some in-game experience. Even though just say it's just quote Nevada, well, it's still a game on the schedule. You got to win it, and let's get guys some playing time, get some experience, and let's just see them all have their chance to shine. That's a lot of fun. I want to see more of Raleek Brown. We didn't see much of him last week, but we know he's an incredible talent. See him get in the slot, get some catches. I just feel like as great as the offensive did last week, we haven't really seen everybody else. I know a lot of guys were playing, but let's just say later in the season we're going to see a lot more of these guys have their moments, have their highlights. It's going to be great. So offensively, it's going to be fun. And I think, when I look at actually what I wanted to mention before was, I know, with Nevada, maybe not the greatest team, but they were put on the schedule a couple of years ago when they had better records. And, it's just what it is. And then you look at San Jose State. That game was actually supposed to be, USC was supposed to play BYU, but BYU then moved to the Big 12, so they couldn't keep the game on the schedule, so San Jose State came in. So that's why we got San Jose State. Now we got Nevada. Yeah, I'm excited just to see the offense put up points. It's just fun to see college football back. Whoever they're playing, let's just see some exciting stuff there. So I know I've repeated myself with that, but final score: USC 63, Nevada 24. Now, of course, the 63 may not be too much of a surprise. Maybe people say, well, 24 for Nevada. Well, yeah, unfortunately, I have to say 24 until proven otherwise. I feel like, okay, maybe they're not going to be as good as San Jose State offensively, but maybe in preseason I thought USC would have put up or would have held Nevada to maybe 13 or 14 points, but I just can't have any confidence there just yet. So we're going to go 63 for USC, 24 for Nevada. And as always, fight on.